sing like this ever.
All right.
The part where I'm saying we do this all the time, that's sort of sarcasm. And that's the kind of comedy we're going to cover today.
So she's not even watching the show.
Bearish sarcasm. And what to do when the love of your life doesn't watch your show.
Doesn't watch your video
These are the things we're going to...
Yeah, she's definitely not even watching. Okay, so we're
what to do when your wife's voicemail says, why don't you fuck yourself? I'm not watching you.
Yeah, we've got everything on that should be on. So I'm just going to go with that we're up and running. Okay. And
we have a hard time monitoring the chat room. So if you're in the chat room telling us that we're watching...
yeah, we can't see that.
The problem is we can't see that. Some sort of bandwidth thing.
Yeah, when there's... like if I go to...
I have a
huge show.
I have a rock show this weekend. I'm opening for Low Bandwidth and the High Fidelity All Stars.
And the High Fidelity All Stars?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the High Fidelity All Stars? I wonder if they're still around.
Just amazing.
All right. So stand-up comedy and what's going on in your world?
The picture is still frozen there.
Correct. The picture is still frozen on something from 1982.
But we are definitely getting sound.
Every time we've done this, folks,
it's been the exact same thing.
We find out later that we were broadcasting
the whole time.
And so you get an image of us looking like assholes. So this is the first time we've at least tried to consider you while we figure out if we're streaming.
And then we've been up, for all this time, been trying to get here early so we could set up and get testing done.
Are you back?
I'm back.
Can I quick cover?
Yes.
I'm going to lean back. Hi, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Eugene is here. Let's go through camera switching.
Yeah, show me some cameras.
Who's going to switch cameras today? That's, what are we, 1, 2, and 3, and 4? Which one's 1? This is...
Get over there.
What do you think we are?
Top, those 3 on the right.
What do you think we are?
Yeah, right here.
5, 4, and 3. Got it.
All right. So
5, 4, and 3. So we're currently on 3.
Yeah, switch us up.
And if we go to 5...
Try the bottom row for cameras.
I was hitting number lock. Okay.
Try the bottom row for cameras.
I'm totally.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm not over here. I need to bring us over here. Now talk to us, Chuck.
Okay. I'm gonna try 5 again.
No, that takes the player.
Okay. So
puts the player into view.
1.
Here, I'm just gonna click on 2
and 3. All right.
All right. That
was 3. You clicked on the camera. We were going to reveal the guest with all of us.
That's us.
That's us. And now let's reveal the guest, the 3 shot.
And the 3 shot.
There's us. Hey. All of us. There's our guest.
That's our guest.
Hi.
Jordan Wieleba.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'll drive.
All right, thanks.
I'm going to use the mouse to shift.
Right on.
Okay.
So, thank you so much for coming out and doing our show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Always good to see you.
Sure.
So, I don't know. Let's just get right into it. I saw on the Westward you were like 2013's trans something comic of the year. What was it?
It was best transgender comic in Denver.
Got it.
The competition wasn't stiff.
What did you?
Generally not. Usually there's a lot of the stiffness taken out of that competition.
Yeah. It's expensive to knock out my competition.
What did you think of that? I was wondering.
The competition is usually augmented as opposed to stiff.
Yeah. Let me bring down that.
For some of us.
Let me bring down that over there so they can see the monitor. If I
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So I mean, if someone had called me like someone tells me like I'm the best black comic they know, I'm gonna start thinking about all the white comics that I'm funnier than.
Right. Yeah.
Do you mind that category? Do you?
No. I don't mind at all. In fact, that's what I do mostly. So it was an honor. It was shocking because I found out at like 6 o'clock in the morning through Twitter.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Somebody tweeted me, "Congratulations, you're the best trainee comic in Denver." And I said,
right on.
Cool.
Are you allowed to say trainee comic?
No.
You're allowed, right? All right. So I think this is probably what Eugene is driving at as the chief Fagola on the show.
Oh.
When you're you're transgendered, I'm gay. When someone gives you an award and titles you blank, category comedian, do you? More often than not, they're trying to compliment you and highlight your work. But does it separate you or us from? For instance, there's a category of best female comedian, best male comedian in comedy. Jordan, you would be best female
Can I interrupt
comedian,
you
but
for
what
a
about somebody who has no gender identity? Where would we cast them?
Don't answer that. I want to apologize to all the people that have just been hearing the audio because I did not turn the cameras on. So the camera's on now.
Hey everybody. Those of you who didn't see us, we have these 3 cool camera angles. There's all 3 of us looking at Eugene being a dick. Here's Jordan and Eugene, and here's me making Eugene feel like crap.
Oh my God.
So that's what we got. There's the 3 of us.
Hey, that's me, the dick that didn't turn the cameras on. Sorry.
I guess that's what I'm trying to ask, is that the industry wants to highlight comedians. They want to highlight, best female performer of the year. But in 2014 and potentially the future, aren't we just running for best comedian?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it was nice to be singled out.
Yeah.
I didn't expect anything.
I've never gone after best gay comic in Denver.
I didn't even know
the only time I've ever used black comic is when I put down the beer festival, because you were the first comic to work the beer festival. I came up after you. So
yeah.
So that's the only time I use it.
Oh, that's hysterical. Yeah, that's hysterical.
No, it's not.
But as a producer, I've had a lot of luck printing stories about you doing comedy. People want to read about. We did Altered Shtick. Mona Lott wrote the press releases, and they had a nice angle about gender identification in comedy, and it got us a lot of ink.
Right.
And when I played Richmond, Virginia, and I did out gay comedy, you'd have women in their 60s, who obviously couples, approaching me and saying thank you for doing out comedy. And that's when you remember what's important. It's important for them to be out in Richmond, Virginia, and it's also important for a comic to be out. And so it's cool that the press acknowledges it, but I'm always wondering, like, when are we going to knock this off? Like, when is it no longer going to be a surprise that we
Jordan has done my show here at Ari's, at Ari's Tavern, and I'll tell you that you're the one of the only comics that people literally came up to me, and a lady said to me, "Thank you so much for bringing her out here."
Good, I didn't know.
It really was. It was just, I was like, well, yeah. I mean, it really didn't cross my mind, to be honest with you. But yeah, she was very, very thankful.
Yeah,
good.
That you came
well,
out
I'm glad. I mean, every time I do a show and somebody comes up to me after the show and says, I know somebody who's transgender, or I'm related to somebody, and I'm glad that there's somebody who's sort of out there putting themselves in the public eye to raise awareness about something that even Joe Biden said was the civil rights movement of our time now.
And you do the Altered Shtick.
I do. I run
an
LGBT comedy variety show once a month.
And that's where and when?
It's at Voodoo Comedy Playhouse, the second Saturdays of the month. I only have one show left, though, on March 8th.
And then what happens there? How do did you not like the venue, or are they not inviting you back, or
ticket sales were down.
Ticket sales were down.
It was a hard show to promote because they do a lot of improv there, and there's about 4 or 5 shows a night. So we're squeezed. Like last Saturday, I was sandwiched in between 2 improv shows, and so it was an improv heavy crowd.
Do the improv shows draw?
Some of them do. I mean, they can spill over to other shows. Like our crowd was an improv heavy crowd, and we noticed that when they tried to talk to the comics on the stage, giving us suggestions, which doesn't work in stand-up that often.
Yeah.
I mean, they do stand-up shows that are pretty successful, and I've had a good run there.
Are you moving Altered Shtick somewhere else?
Maybe eventually after this last show, I'll probably take a break because I run another show, and I want to do more outside of just hosting.
All right. Well, that kind of leads me into another question. I mean, we got into last week with our comic guest. What do you think about the comedy scene here in Denver, Colorado? Some people say it's too hot. There's too many open mics. There's too many mics. What's your idea?
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been around it for so long. I've seen it change and I've seen it grow. I see new comics every month. I've seen some of my favorite comics leave. I think right now it's definitely hot, and people are picking up on that, and that's why there are so many comics. and so many mics.
Yeah, there are tons of mics, right? But I mean, and there's tons of people to fill all those mics.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have an agenda? Do you like a plan for Denver? Do you know what you want to do here?
What I want to do in Denver, I want to keep doing stand-up whenever and wherever I can. And eventually I might move out. I'm comfortable here right now, and I just want to keep going at the pace I have been the last few years.
Okay.
And see where it takes me.
Is there a goal, an end game?
Ultimately, I'd love to write.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I would love to write for film or television. Writing is something I've always done. I wrote for sketch for a long time. I do blog.
You did a video show, or what was the first thing? Your poster was great. It was all over town. What was the video sketch troupe you were in?
I was in a group called Fried Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did all the artwork for that.
I did all the artwork. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
all the artwork, all the
where I
editing.
First caught a lot of your work.
Yeah. And it was fun. We got some success after a while. We were on MTV and Comedy Central, and we were in a Hasbro commercial twice.
Really?
Wow.
Which was exciting. And then it just kind of, everybody's goals kind of shifted. And then I came out and they said, that's not very marketable. So it just kind of fizzled out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to that for 2 seconds.
Yeah. What?
Sure.
Who said it's not marketable?
And
not to put people on the
I'm not gonna
without
names,
getting to
but
specifics.
We had discussions.
You were in a troupe. You were getting on.
Yeah, and we were doing
Hasbro.
okay. And then, like when I came out, it came up in discussion. Like, what happens if we take this to a network? What if somebody said, "Oh, we like everybody in this group, but the transgender person's got to go because that won't fit."
Yeah, I could answer that in about one fell swoop. While I loved your artwork, I looked at the caliber of talent on the show and went, what would I tune into that for ever? And once I found out you were transgendered, now I wanted to know.
That's the reason.
The thing had a story. It was, amateur comedians doing a video sketch show. I don't want to knock it. It's great.
Yeah.
But the posters, they would catch my attention, and then I would go, no desire to see that, So I don't know how to compliment you with that by saying, like your artwork got my eye first, and then I'd see this and go, okay, I don't know any of those comedians, and and then. The next time you come across the industry is when there's all the gossip about the girl who's, transgendered, and that's when I think I reached out to several people and went,
let's do it.
Yeah, let's knock off the gossip.
Right.
Which was easy, but it happens, right?
Yeah.
People fire you. You're not getting fired there, but your band breaks up essentially.
Yeah,
because you're transgendered.
They no-homered me. Which basically they said, no, you're still in the group, but we're going to start another one with a different name.
You're still in this one?
Not really. No, you're still in the group. It's cool. Yeah, no. Right. Yeah, totally. You're still in it.
And they went on as the no-homers.
Well, that's not what they're
Got you. I get it. I could go to, when I was fired for being gay in '94. It's you was 2011?
When I came out? Yeah, 2011.
What the fuck is wrong with people? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with my career and artistically right now.
Right.
Is it what fuck? I'm using a broadcasting system to talk around the world.
Yeah.
Turns out fags are okay. And I don't get it.
Right?
Networks, I'm up for a 1-hour special and I'm a big gay Republican, and there's nobody who's producing that. Hi Maria, and he does look handsome. Nobody in the production is sitting there going like, we got to shy away from, could you tell them to be less gay and or less Republican?
Hey, tell me about the sound, sweetheart. How do we sound? How do we look? Thanks. Okay, go ahead.
So that's, what's your path on
you want to have a look
selling
at
your show?
Some of her stuff?
How do you sell that you're a comedian in the next 4 or 5 years? How often do you include the word transgendered?
And how do you spin out of that? Because that's any niche.
And you say just your general PR, and like I guess the goal would be, is the goal to be you're a woman comedian, and at some point everybody we stop dropping. We just know that Jordan is transgendered. If you're transgestured, that's hysterical.
There you
go. But you know, in 50 years from now, I don't think I want to do press about how Jordan's transgendered.
No,
when I do a show with you, I want to be like, it's Chuck and Jordan, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I am transgender. That's who I am, and that is very much a part of my comedy.
Yeah.
And I use my act to educate and inform people who are otherwise unexposed to this lifestyle, because nobody really talks about it, and every time somebody does, it's negative. And so I try to put it
almost
in a
every time.
light.
That's
almost
changing.
Every
So
time.
almost every time.
Slowly but surely.
Check
and
that out.
it's
great. Sounds great.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Good. Sounds good. But everybody who's sort of putting themselves out in public, trying to make people see that, hey, we're not perverts, we're not trying to trick anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm the person who's throwing humor into the mix. I'm not like, I'm not real militant about it, but I want to be identified as a woman. It's not like I go to McDonald's and say, oh yeah, can I get a large number 4 with the Sprite and I have a penis?
I was confused. When I first met you, I didn't, and we had the conversation.
And so there's a lot of need for the comedy, and a lot of, but there's also, I guess what I'm trying to say, on the public end is a need for people to, it's just, I look at audiences now and I say, knock it the fuck off. And this last weekend, the boys rounded me, wowed me right up before I go on stage, and I walk out they're on a Bob Marley show, who's been with me since I've been out in northern Maine in '92, So I go out, I say to some kid, love you on the Duck Dynasty. He's got a beard and everything. I give him a high five. Crowd laughs, and I go, tell your grandpa to quit being a bigot. Crowd laughs. And somebody goes, boo. And I point over and I go, faggot since '92. And or 72, really, and I just go on. I went at the guy so hard, the entire time, the crowd very happy with me and my choices in saying things like, it's 2014, we're not doing bigotry anymore, and after the show, I'm handing out my flyers, and there's so many, there's older people reaching to me to get my flyer. And older people of minority, specifically reaching across people to be like, I want to see your show again. And I could feel like it was them going, I want to see that guy hound the bigots. And so I guess my summary is, I think that day's coming, and I wonder if you agree.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not always going to be known as the transgender comic. I do other material. But there's it's something to cover right away. Yeah, and absolutely, and it's definitely helped.
Listen to some of your other material here in a sec.
Okay.
Let's see.
You can listen to my other material.
I know. I wonder what this claymation is. That looks like claymation from here.
Yeah, I think I was all clayed up that night.
They're cool with it. They're pretty supportive. My dad still is struggling with the pronouns, still refers to me as him and he's and his. So I started calling him Mom. It works for about an hour, but it works. No, he's cool though. He's like a staunch Republican guy, real right-wing, manly man. Played a lot of sports in high school, in college. Played professional football a little bit. So when I came out, one of the first things he said to me was, can't you try being a gay man first? And I'm like, Dad, it really doesn't work that way. I'm not technically gay. And he's like, so you like women? And I said, no. And he said, so you like boys? And I said, yeah, well, men, but yeah, let's get that straight. He's like, so you were born a guy, but you like guys, but you're not gay. And I said, no, Dad, I'm a woman. I'm just making my body match my brains. And he said, I'm sorry, I just don't get it.
That's the line that made me understand.
You played for the Cardinals, right? And he said, yeah. I said, but you wanted to play for the Lions. And he said, yeah. I said, so you didn't get to pick which team you played for either, did you?
That's my favorite line. That's definitely my favorite line. That does the job of comedy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It's a personal story. that it really explains the whole situation in a family row, and it obviously gets laughs from strangers to the way they even applaud it. Like they're happy to hear.
Making your body match your brain line. I mean, it's perfect. It explains it perfect to me. Perfect.
It's true. There's a whole lot of truth in my material.
Yeah. Now, how do you think? You probably have the job of re-explaining it year after year.
All the time.
Oh yeah.
In other words, this bit, you know, it would be. I'd want to see that your first year at a A-list club, but your second year, it's got to go.
Yeah, you got to.
And the first 5 times you're on a late night show, you're gonna have to tell them who you are. So
absolutely, and I face that night. I have to come out to a room full of strangers.
Yeah.
A few times a week.
That gets annoying.
It can be, yeah. So
it weighs on me, you know, routinely. But now I have a bit about it, like just about how I need to be cuddled when I get home.
Well, I come out as black every time. I have to go out there and go, hey, I'm black.
They know that.
Oh yeah.
But that's and that's part of the history of what we all have to do.
Right.
Is there was a time where shows were and comics would be billed, you know, in their stereotype, and those days are over. You know, I just don't want to go to. I don't think any club is going to have much success in the next years with, you know, Lukey Lau Wednesdays and Latino licking Thursdays and you know, that Gabriel Iglesias bit about, you know, he makes fun of all of them, you know. Yeah. But it's just, I think those days are, well, if you hear it, I mean, he's funny. I think he's telling people the news, you know, like that kind of stuff. Not too many comedians and not too many audiences are going to go out for. I know we're doing a gay comedy festival, but I don't expect us to have an all gay audience.
Oh, no. No. You can never expect to have an all-gay audience.
And we even talked like maybe, would you get Hippie Man to appear at that?
If he wants to, sure.
Yeah, because you get Hippie Man for any show, any festival you're going to do, so why would gays doing a festival in Denver exclude him? It makes no sense.
Exactly, and that's what I do with
he's on every one of the gay, if you go to Altered Shtick, you're likely to see Hippie Man. If you go to a comedy show, you're likely to see Hippie Man. So
on my last Ultra Shtick show, I have 2 straight dudes on there.
How does that go over?
They do really well.
And is it 2014 when they perform? You know what I mean? Does the audience have to be prepared? Like, folks, here comes some straight people.
Breeder. No, I put them on because they're allies to the community and they can relate, and they're super nice, and the audience is.
And that was the mentality, though, right? Like 2003, when I'm in Kentucky, my friend Sumshi has a coffee shop, you know, based on being open to all. She's trans, so it's all genders, no identities, any person, come on in, plenty of rainbows, and buy some jewelry, right?
Everybody.
And so, you know, she has her store, but it's on the path from, you know, essentially the Wrangler of Louisville, the old Bear Bar, and on the way to the 5,000 person big pop gay club. And when she first opened, people would come through, and then women would come in, including her wife, and people would go, ugh, I smell fish.
I'm going to disconnect for a
second. And she'd go, not tolerated, you know, and she put she had to stop that kind of stuff. That goes on at the Wrangler today. You know, there are people who, can you go to the Wrangler?
I don't like cowboy bars, but I've heard the whole thing with they wouldn't let a trans person in because their ID wouldn't match. And I went through that at another place. I said, this doesn't match. If we get in trouble, we're not going to be able to, you know, say that we didn't sell to you.
Is that even legal?
I have no idea.
It can't be legal. It can't, I mean, then it's the government, you know, like, it's the government saying you're not transgendering, and that's, I mean, you know, if it's legal now, then the civil rights are pointing towards it not be legal.
Deny you entry because
you're identification. Yeah, and I don't think they'd be able to get in trouble for being served. I think it's a bullshit point.
I think it's their own decision to do that, and now that my ID matches anywhere I go, I don't, you know, like I mentioned earlier, I don't tell people I'm transgender everywhere I go.
Sure.
And when I didn't have matching IDs, that was really difficult.
So did you do comedy about that?
About my IDs?
Yeah.
I haven't written a joke about it yet, but that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. It's kind of, you know, it's like almost like one of those things where you go, that's almost an obligation now.
I think so, yeah. There's so much to cover.
You got to get your grocery store bit like everybody else, and I flew on an airplane, but you also got to get your no IDs bit.
Yeah. I could do that. Anything that happens to me that I can find humor in or pull humor out of, I will write a joke.
Well, let's go there. When you write jokes, where are you?
I just like to say that's pretty shitty. Wherever that place was.
Yeah.
You know, they know who you were. I mean, that was just straight up some kind of.
They know what they're doing at the Wrangler.
Yeah, exactly.
They know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. So
so it's and I don't know how you do equal signs and pride parades.
Right.
And then you do that stuff. I don't buy that.
Your ID won't match. That's the problem here. Your ID won't match. Really?
There's a part of the gay society. There's a lot of discrimination within the gay society.
That's why we're last in the gay alphabet.
You know, across the stereotype. The G doesn't always get along with the L, the B, or the T.
Yeah, right. I get that.
It's because they don't like mayonnaise. You know, if everybody just put mayonnaise, then that'd be a great, LGBT sandwich.
Mayonnaise sandwich?
The BLT. There's got to be a BLT joke in there somewhere.
Gay sandwich.
Yes, the gays take the mayonnaise away because of its calories.
Oh.
Because
that's the stereotype joke right there.
Oh, gotcha. They don't.
Do you write jokes in a notebook or
I do write jokes in a notebook. I'll write it on my phone. I have a little teeny spiral notebook that I write jokes in. I write my sets in. If I think of a joke, I'll come up with the basic line for it in my phone.
Pen or pencil?
Pen.
Okay.
Always pen. I hate pencils. I don't know. It's a wood thing. Trying to
you hate wood?
No more wood.
Obviously.
Wait, no, I thought you liked wood. That would be like.
I like wood.
You like wood coming at you.
There was one in particular she wanted out of her life. For the rest, she's into.
I've been.
No. I'll come up with an idea for.
Trying to do appropriate gender-oriented innuendo for you.
That's cool.
What innuendo goes in your endo, Jordan?
Nundo.
What did your breast cost?
Huh?
What did your breast cost?
My breast cost?
Jesus, did we? Now we're a gossip show.
She did not have breast before when I first met her.
You can dodge that. You can dodge that if you want.
Are they? That.
I mean, it's expensive.
You can say private
procedure.
It wasn't cheap. Yeah.
It's not a cheap procedure.
No.
Are they sponsored?
Locally?
I wish they were sponsored.
That'd be great.
I wish they were tax deductible. I'll tell you that.
Did you ever get that worked out so they could do it on your insurance?
No.
They never would take it. That's shitty.
No.
That's shitty.
Yeah, that's a giant headache that we don't need to talk about.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry.
I know we had that conversation.
Yeah.
We get gossipy and businessy.
Oh, that's cool. If you want to hear about it, just come see me perform.
Hey, I printed out some things that off the internet about comedy that I thought we could.
Are they jokes?
No, they're not.
I would hope you're reading jokes.
I read this interesting article that said 5 things you might not know about comedians.
Okay.
So I was going to read these down and tell you. You tell me. What do you think? Let's see. Let's see here. 5 things. We pay our own travel expenses. Who wouldn't know that?
Wow.
Who doesn't know that? We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them too.
Oh yeah.
It's not cheap to be a comic.
Mm-mm.
No matter what you're doing. I mean, especially.
Who's the author here? Or the source?
I got it out of the Huffington
Post.
Yeah.
Joe BuzzFeed.
Is that Joe BuzzFeed?
No.
Thank you, HuffPo.
Yeah, work more than an hour a day. Let's see. We're not always funny. We're worthless in the summertime because people are in the summer.
So go over that one again. We're worthless.
That's what it says. We're worthless in the summertime because in the summertime there's people out doing other stuff rather than doing.
It's cold in the comedy clubs. They're nicer in the summer.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'd rather be.
Well, the guy's got to write an article and get to number 5.
He had to have 5 things.
So let's go. He maybe ducked his softball in at spot 3. And it could be a girl that wrote the article.
True,
the author.
Yeah.
Well, no, because there's nothing in here about being a girl in the business. And if a girl wrote this,
it'd be all about. Dang.
Boys Club.
Exactly. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome, honey.
I love that you're doing that.
Shut up.
It's like you're adding a southern draw onto your.
I can't help it. I mean, that's me. I was born.
Girl, I'm just.
Constant touring is the only way to pay the bills. You think of that?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you think there's other ways for comedians to make money, please get your logo here on the EUGE Show.
Yeah.
Contact the EUGE Show because you could advertise right here. We could do a segment like this and talk about you. And then we'll come back to doing a segment like this and learn about how comedians have to.
Oh yeah.
What do we have to do again? I have to go on the road.
We should also tell them where we do this from.
We do this at Ari's Tavern, where they have habanero pineapple wings and 5 for $20 shots of Fireball.
5686 Pecos Street, Denver, Colorado.
It's Denver, Colorado. You go to Ari's Tavern. We really love it there.
Yeah, and they have the Ari's Burger, which is like a half-pound burger. Oh, it's amazing.
What?
It's, you know, I can't eat it because I got gout.
What?
But, I mean, it's I have half of one. Sometimes.
I'm getting one.
Yeah, it's good.
I want gout. I'm getting an Ari's burger.
You don't have gout. You're not old enough to have it.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Gout is good, or the burger?
The burger's good.
The burger's good. Gout is terrible. Gout is terrible.
Amazing. Gout is. You have? Don't you have a gout?
Oh yeah.
Don't you have a charity?
Oh yeah.
What is that charity?
Cherry gout.
You do a gout?
You just drink cherry juice and strawberry juice.
Oh.
Yeah, and it'll get rid of it. And black grapes, which are hard to find. You know.
Oh, come on.
Unless you're a black guy, you can reach between your legs. Anyway, thank you.
No food desert there, everybody.
Black grapes. I mean, it's really difficult to find a black grape these days. So, anyway. I just thought I'd throw that out there. All right.
You know what's harder to find?
What?
A black grape's father.
That's not even funny. I shouldn't be laughing. I shouldn't be laughing.
Come on. Come on.
You're a grapist.
Comedy.
You're a friggin' grapist. I can't even believe you're a friggin' grapist, man.
Comedy like ours should not be attempted by amateurs. But tune in to learn how to joke like that. Okay.
All right, Ari's Tavern. We did that. Yeah, Ari's Tavern. Great. All right, cool.
Let's start going through the talking points and learn about Jordan's opinion.
All right. I also ran across an article that says study shows that psychotic traits shared by comedians and psychopaths.
Oh, I caught this on the news.
Did you read it?
We're psychopaths.
That comics are psychopaths. Let's see. We have traits: avoidance of intimacy.
Okay.
Impulsive behavior, antisocial. I think that's right. Most comics I know are antisocial, unless they're socialized with comics.
Very introverted.
Unless a lot of comics I know.
I think this article and any article, is going to have a hard time generalizing comedians. Once you broaden to the art form, you're going to have a hard time generalizing because Bob Marley has his shit together.
Yeah.
Same wife since I've known him.
Right.
And I wouldn't say half of this stuff about him.
Sure, yeah,
and I don't know that I'd say a lot of this about Hippie
I just
Man.
Had a conversation about him.
And I don't know.
Let's see.
How this would apply to a lot of the comedians. If I was generally, if I'm trying to write an article, attention-getting blog,
so is the consensus
you do a top 5. That's.
What do you think?
Let's go through the points. What was number 1 again?
Number 1, let's see. Avoidance of intimacy. Comics, do you avoid intimacy?
I've heard a lot of comics talk about sex, so I don't know. That might be a fallacy.
That's a really good point.
So comics get intimate? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
No, I think a lot of comics have trouble with intimacy.
Yeah.
I performed for 14 and a half years talking about a fake family and a little brother that I didn't have.
Yeah. I've done that.
And but you can say that's my avoidance of intimacy, or you can say that's my own desire to protect my real family and my private life, because as a writer, I felt like, for instance, the character of my little brother, it's easier to say my little brother than my friend Tim.
Yeah.
And so, it's more relatable. And so, am I fake or building an intimacy issue, or do I have any sort of psychological illness because I'm choosing to, adapt a character in my life? And I don't
think so.
Well, I don't think so either. I think that a lot of comics make up.
They got to make it's like you have a psychosis maybe, but you got to augment it and make it fictional in order to make it funny and a routine.
Sure.
And then people kind of look at us and they're like, take it almost serious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of comics. A lot of people do. Audience members think that everything that comes out of your mouth is the truth.
And I think people in the industry did. I had industry people upset with me because I'm talking about a little brother that isn't real. And you go, I don't have a notebook I read from that's my journal, dear audience.
Exactly.
My dad was mean to me.
Right.
In fact, I'm very conscientious of Janine Garofalo and her notebook-style therapy act in the era when I came out of the closet. I'm happy to say that I conscientiously chose to not do a therapy routine about my family because I knew I'd be saying things that weren't true and probably made them look out to be real bad.
Right.
And
you don't want to put your family on the defense thinking that every time you see them, you're going to start, you're going to put them in your act.
My brother has kids of 15 years now, and so I have 15 years of watching my generation transition to having kids.
Right.
So I'm better equipped to comment on my parents after watching my brother become a parent. And I'm better able to reflect. And so guarding my words for 10 or 20 years about my family, I think has proven okay. And so, am I psychotic because I make up somebody or?
Intimate?
No, I'm not intimate. Thank you for bringing up that horrible.
Well, not intimate at this moment. I'm just, in general, do you avoid intimacy? I mean,
I don't purposely avoid it.
No? You're looking for it?
Well, not actively. If it happens, it happens. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm not, actively looking for intimacy. So, I was married for a while, and I wasn't looking for intimacy then.
Gotcha.
And that didn't.
So by saying not looking for it, could the said therapist argue back your
protecting yourself?
Protecting yourself and avoiding intimacy?
In a sense, yeah, because right now there's a certain type of people who go for people like me. A lot of people like to fetishize my lifestyle, so I don't want to try to get with a guy and find out it's like, oh, I'm just saying to her because she has a little something extra. I'm not.
So how do you handle that? I mean, how do you handle? I mean, you have guys looking for a guy that looks like a girl, which is not you.
Yeah.
But
you could almost be at the same bar. You could almost be at the same bar, and a guy in pursuit of you has got to figure out if you got wheels or not, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, most of the people that have tried to pursue me already know.
Okay.
Which I'm not. I mean, if I figure out it's a fetish, then absolutely no.
Yeah, okay. I get what she's relating here. A lot of guys will go, after someone who's transgendered to sort of explore a fetish. And that's not an intimate connection. So that's what I'm asking, I guess. And it's like we're way off of comedy. So I want to,
sorry.
No, but then the job would be to these are the things to find. This is the stuff to relieve steam about and reveal to audiences and find.
Exactly.
And to give guys advice, like how to approach you or other women.
Let's go with number 2.
You could relate to all the women in the crowd and all the men in the room from your perspective on how someone may approach you and or anyone else they're interested in.
Right.
No matter what it is.
Number 2, impulsive, non-conformity.
I gotta go.
Don't go.
No, not. Did you say don't go? I cannot conform.
That's so punk rock.
That is okay.
Those are. I mean,
impulsive
you
behavior.
stand at a stage in front of lights and microphone when the average choice is to purchase a ticket and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that you really have to just let it flow. You really can't censor yourself. So I think that a whole lot of what they say is non-conformity or
what's it take to build a website and call it by your last name, Post? Huffington Post.
Yeah.
What kind of ego and/or mental problems do you have to have if you're Ariana Huffington?
How much of your ex-husband's money do you really have?
Sure. Sure. She did a good thing with her money, but it's still, this is the kind of gossipy stuff where you just go, this is how a blog post succeeds.
Right.
Yeah.
You make it top 5 something things you didn't know.
And that's what we're doing.
And so then people read it and
Okay, let's see. Lack of self-regulated moods. Well, I haven't had a self-regulated mood in years. All my moods
I actually had a really good self-regulated mood yesterday afternoon.
You had a self-regulated movement?
I pay to have that.
Reduced feeling of pleasure.
You know, this McDonald's is going to be a regulated move.
Is that if you're what is that? Reduced feeling of pleasure.
I think this guy copied and pasted symptoms.
Is that from something? From Psycho?
From something.
Right.
You know, he's like taking Wikipedia symptoms of, you know, whatever psychoses, and then saying that's what we have. So we have a what again?
Inability to focus. I would go back and tell you what we're doing, but I can't. I can't focus on that right now.
He got me good. He really got me good. I fell into that one.
Sorry. So that's all right. I was just so I think we're in consensus that that's crap. That you can't really generalize comics.
I don't think so.
All right. Hey.
You know.
I have a comedy exercise.
You can't generalize, and you know that's the half of my act is about.
Not generalizing.
Like stereotyping the people so much so that I can crack a joke about, like, I sit at home with my IBM stereo typewriter. You know, so because you just kind of go, it's ridiculous, people. That anybody would fit their stereotype is ridiculous. And then there is a point that stereotypes come around for a reason, you know.
I have a comedy writing exercise that I just
I can't pay attention and I'm leaving.
Here it is. I looked for some old movies that we could play, public domain movies. But
look at that.
And I think that there's if you don't have a public domain movie, I think that I found a loophole in the system, is that we play the movie, but we don't put the sound on. So we're going to voice over the movie as it goes. With no sound. So that way we don't get cheated out. We don't have to pay the copyrights for the movie. But the movie is called it's from 1923 and it's called Teenagers from Outer Space.
Oh, I've seen this.
So we can start anywhere in the middle or whatever, you know.
At the swimming lessons?
Hi, babe.
You are late for your swimming lesson.
That's you. That's you.
I like your boots.
Well, thank you very much. Come out of there.
Oh, do you want to take them off for me?
Hey, get out of it. Come here. I'm black. I'm black.
You're black?
Yes, I'm black.
What the fuck? Are you sure?
Yes, get out of here. Come out here and sign for this car loan.
Really tan.
Co-sign for my car. Come on, get out. Get out of the pool now.
Rape.
It is 1929.
What?
Oh!
Hey!
He just pulled out a condom. Not my condom.
Where are you going?
Come and get me.
You cannot get away.
I'm going to be in an underwater ballet.
Hold on.
Oh.
Snap! I want that diet. I want that diet.
Rape whistle.
Look how she fits into her dress.
She's beautiful.
Oh, she does great.
Lucky, she must have used that gun.
Jordan, would you like a dress like that?
I would love a dress like that.
Oh, look at the hair.
Are you kidding me?
You could do your hair like this.
I could do my hair like that if I spent time on my hair.
Girl, we got to get you to do your hair. And you got to have a phone table.
I should put a picture on that so we can.
No, we're fine.
All right.
Who's she going to call?
Who's she calling? Hello? I didn't watch it. I was like,
hello, diet? I've heard about the ray gun diet. Do you have?
I'm going out to date black guys. I'll be back.
Oh, man. The hell you are.
Hey,
hi, Walter. How are you?
It's you.
Oh, I'm Walter. What's up, baby? How's it going? Were you going to my right? Oh, don't forget your phone.
Oh.
Hey, where's my girl?
Let me put down this Rocky Mountain News. Hey, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Is there another? Oh, the phone's ringing. Hello.
Oh.
What's up, bitches?
Is your refrigerator running? Well, you better go and catch it.
She's out dating black guys. What?
I can see your daughter, and she is dating a black guy.
Right now.
He is 6'3", 385 pounds.
Don't say that.
His dick is as big as the Eiffel Tower. They call it La Tour du Dick.
Don't say that.
I said La Tour.
Don't
tell
about
me.
My sweetheart like that.
She is going to get so much dick. All of Paris is going to be jealous.
We're going to go somewhere else.
Oh, she wrote down this note.
Hey, and go.
Hey,
You just don't understand me. You don't get that I'm an alien and that I like to kill people with my Bic lighter ray gun.
I didn't read that on your Twitter account. I don't know what you're talking about.
God damn it, you never follow me on Twitter.
I retweet you all the time.
Oh, look at these bones.
Where'd you park the car, Larry?
Somebody burned a dog.
Jesus Christ. That's snappy. Who got snappy?
That's disgusting. Oh, my God.
Well, folks, please shop at Men's Warehouse. Hey, you think we can go to Ari's for an Ari's burger?
Somebody burn that bush.
Oh my God!
I'm going into the cave.
Rachel.
I'm going into the cave. Uh-oh, here comes.
Oh, Edith.
Oh man, that is Edith.
Pull it over.
I just need some heroin. I just need a little bit of heroin, and I'll be fine.
Don't. I can't drive. I can't drive a stick.
I just get me a little bit of smack.
Come on, I can't do that. Don't point that gun at me. You're making me nervous. You are making. Where the hell are all the black people?
They cast me in that new C. Thomas Howell movie. What's his name? The guy who died this weekend. That's terrible. I couldn't come up with it.
Oh God, here they come. Black people.
There's Nixon.
Hold on, let me get my laptop.
That's where I hid the tapes.
Let me get my iPod. Hold on.
I'm bringing the credit report. Can you get the black people to sign it? Let's do it as if the black people have the credit, and these guys want that.
Okay.
Okay, and
now I'm shooting.
I need a heroin joke for the.
All right. Jordan, anything?
Jordan's busy watching it.
Yeah, it's
the plot has gotten to me.
Jealous of her hat. I want that hat. Oh, okay, maybe.
Oh no!
Like that.
Look at that.
How did he get into the driver's seat that quick?
Huh?
That was a fun exercise.
You like that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And now let's do a commercial for Ari's Tavern, where you can drive in and make up your own commercial.
Oh hell yeah! Let's do a commercial for Ari's Tavern right here. Ready? And here. Go.
This just in. Ari's Tavern has 5 for $20 shots of Fireball, new habanero pineapple wings, and a delicious Ari's burger. You must get to Ari's Tavern.
Now, get to Ari's Tavern.
Do you know where Ari's Tavern is?
We need a burger.
What's the street address? Why, it's
5686 Pecos Street, Denver, Colorado.
Is there
home of the world famous Ari's Burger?
I wonder why our voices keep changing.
Why are we looking?
Would you like to sing a duet? I would.
I would. Let's.
Ari's Tavern has a delicious burger.
It's called Ari's Burger.
Thank you, Ari.
I have to get one of those burgers. I have to get an Ari's Burger now. I'm sorry. I have to go. You're not going anywhere.
You're going to Ari's? You better take me.
Bring me back some chili fries.
We should go there to watch the game. All right. That was fun.
All right, that was fun. I enjoyed the hell out of that. All right. What?
I'm just checking.
What time is it?
10-er.
Really? We're on at 10?
Kids, 10 minutes to go.
Wow, look at us.
The final 10 minutes of this tonight's show brought to you by Ari's Tavern and Jordan Wieleba's LGBTLBLTLR.
Alter Stick. When is your last show?
March 8th.
March 8th.
March 8th. Saturday, March 8th.
That's going to be exciting.
Saturday?
Yeah.
I think I'm doing that, right?
I think you're headlining that
I have to put that back in my calendar.
March 8th?
Yeah.
Are you on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to come down and see that.
Please
and we're at the Voodoo?
Voodoo Comedy Playhouse.
And where's that at?
That is on, what is the address? 1260 22nd Street, Denver. Buy
That'll be
tickets
exciting.
online now at
That'll be
voodoocomedy.com.
You can get your tickets online for the Voodoo Playhouse.
They're cheaper online.
Nice.
Are they? Cheaper? Why?
I don't know.
I mean, how much are they?
Oh, they're $8 in advance, $10 at the door, and one ticket
that's a
gets
good
you into
savings.
every show of the night. So you buy a ticket to my show, you'll get into whatever show is on.
All
after
the
mine.
other 32 improv shows they have
Yep,
that
the
night.
improv
You can
shows.
improvise your way through all those shows.
Yeah, you can.
Also, your show is in the middle of other shows. They have different shows all night?
It is. They do. There's 3 or 4 shows a night, and my show is in between one show.
Do you know what time your show starts?
My show starts at 8 o'clock. And
Oh,
it
so you
runs
got prime
till
time.
10. Yeah, I do. I have a good show. It's a damn good set.
Right on. All right, I'm going to come down and watch it.
Please do.
The Voodoo Playhouse.
Yeah.
All right. We didn't have time to get into, I wanted to talk about money in the comedy business.
Okay.
Where it's going, where we want to try to get it to. We're going to talk about that next week.
What do you think? What kind of money are you trying to make in this?
Right now I'm not making enough to make a living. I mean, I think last year I made probably $300 total.
What do you think a new comic should make?
A new comic?
You know, working a comedy club, 5 shows a week.
5 shows a week? How long is
20-minute
that time?
sets.
20-minute sets, 5 nights a week. That's a few hundred at least.
Yeah.
And so a few hundred a week times 50 weeks a year, 200 a week times 50 weeks a year. 10,000?
Yeah, but that's if you're working every weekend, that's not, you know, that's really not going to happen.
So that's what I'm trying to. It's when I was new, nobody talked money. Nobody had any. So then nobody had any idea what the money is.
I have no idea. I got.
And so the money's terrible.
It is.
So
crazy,
to ask young comedians what they think the money should be helps people like us feel like what we think it. You know, like what is a competition think it should be?
When I got into this business, there were more comics than club. I mean, there were more clubs than comics. So I mean, I was a feature act flying into Houston to do the laugh stop. And you know, I'm getting paid $1,200 cash money, plus they're paying my ticket and they're putting me up in a hotel, and I'm featuring. I'm going in to feature for Margaret Cho, so I know Margaret's doing double that. You know, and the money has not changed that much.
It's gone. It's certainly not.
As far as the
it's $100 a show.
But the money coming in the door
feature
has not changed that much.
Some national
at some point,
clubs.
it became the venues took over instead of the comics. At some point, it became, hey, let's go have a night at the wherever, rather than let's go see whoever.
Yeah.
You know,
and so they're now. It's like they got the money and they're not giving it up.
They're not.
No.
They're not
At a
giving it back
point
at all.
where it's like at a point where you go, it's even close to livable. Like
it's not. It's not.
What you would have to, the work you would have, if to go through the hour, the question would be, what work would you have to do to take our spots and then deliver the same kind of content, you know, per week? I think it's a lot.
It's a lot.
You know, and so I think it's worth a decent rate. And at 100 to 200, you go, I don't think so. You know, that's not going to motivate.
If that's the only thing you do.
In the end, it's not really going to motivate new comedians.
Right.
$100 to $200 a week isn't, you know. In other words, new people got to get like 5.
That's one of the reasons.
You know,
I really
when someone gets a part-time job at your work, other people who are getting, say, a part-time job at Macy's to get extra money coming in for the kids' birthday parties every year.
Right.
How much do they expect to make if they're, you know, working 20, 30 hours a week at Macy's? They expect to get $200 a week.
I think
so working part-time in comedy can't be comparable to putting up clothes at Macy's. That you can't pay on the same rate there, because it's anybody can put
a lot of people come
clothes up at a Macy's. That's a near minimum wage job.
And like
not too many people can tell jokes at a comedy club.
And like
artists got to hear that.
A lot of people get out of this business because of the money. A lot of people come in. A lot of funny people just say, "I cannot afford to tell jokes."
Yeah, so we cannibalize our talent, and you know.
Right.
Yeah, you have top level people who look and go, I couldn't even do that on the side. Whereas if the money even came close to a job at Macy's, you'd have more people and better people doing this. Oh.
Thank you. I forgot
5 minute light.
5 minute light. Thank you.
5 minute light. I did that. Oh, that's you, crowd. 5 minute light.
5 minute light.
Jordan, what's the 5 minute light for people who don't know why I'm being a dick?
Because you got 5 minutes and you got to get off the stage.
Close it. Bring it.
Close the show.
If you got a 4 minute, 28 second bit, get into it now. That's what that light means. I
talked way too much this episode.
Dude, yes, you did, but that's okay. I once did 23.5 minutes on a 20-minute set that I was supposed to do in Vegas, and I got a half hour on why I shouldn't have done those 3.5 minutes after my set, because they're like, you know what, dude, those 3.5 minutes probably cost the casino $1,000. You know, you know what I mean? Like they loved you. You know, you do your 30 minutes. We've got you time slotted for 30 minutes. We want these people off the floor for 30 minutes, not 31, not 32, not 33. It's like, you know, we know where the dollars are. You know, we know what the money is in this business, and that was an awkward conversation that I never had again.
Yeah.
Because at 28, the brother was closing. Like, hey, 28, I'm going home. Thank you very much, people. Y'all have a good night.
Nice. Good night, everybody.
Stick around for the veal.
Hit the tables. Hit the tables.
There's a slot on the way out on the right. If you can play that one if you want to.
So Jordan, if you were writing, what would be the ideal gig?
I would love to write for television.
Which one? A show, like a show in particular? Is there a comparable one you'd love to be on? Like,
I would love to write for cartoons, honestly.
There you go. There you go. Last week it was an SNL writer, so this week a cartoon writer.
We need to do some stuff where we can use some writers in this town, so we can get some.
Sure.
So you can get some practice in writing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's put together some shows.
Yeah.
Build my portfolio.
Yeah.
Show.com. Let's do that.
Help me, help you.
Yeah. So, all right.
Yay.
So, by
I'll
the
make
way,
that deal off camera.
By the way, EUGE.com. Wait, let me point at the camera. That's me there. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm there.
We don't know. I got to come up with a better system. This worked out okay.
That one. Okay. By the way,
Maria's gonna have feedback.
Yeah, she's gonna. Yeah, she's definitely gonna have feedback for us. If you've got suggestions or anything that you'd want to do, like on a show for us, if you'd want to come on, or if you have suggestions for show topics, or if you have a great idea that you'd want to share with us,
Oh, if you wanted to buy that ad or come down to Ari's Tavern.
Yep, hit us up at Chuck
at chuckroy.com or Chuck at EUGE Show.
Chuck at chuckroy.com.
Yeah.
Or Chuck at EUGEShow.com, EUGESHOW.com, or Eugene at EUGEShow.com, or basically anything at EUGEShow.com, because we own EUGEShow.com. So whatever you send is going to come to us. So as long as you end it with
send your email to that fat fart knocker
at EUGEShow.com.
At EUGEShow.com, and that'll help us know it came from this episode.
Yes.
Okay. So Fat Fart Knockers signing off.
Oh, are we signing off?
I think we're close.
Wow, look at us.
Folks, we enjoyed our time with you today. And
let's say goodbye to Jordan. Jordan, thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Like I always tell all our comics, I always tell everybody on the show, we have a shitload of comics in this town. We have our choice of who we want to bring on and who we want to talk to. And we bring on the people that we think that could be huge in this business.
Thanks.
That's got a shot at it, and we really think are doing something in this town and being interesting.
Thank you.
So
thank you working with you guys
very much
any chance I get.
Doing
Yeehaw.
Right on. Shake your hand here. We'll hug later.
Thank you, Eugene.
Right on.
Aw, that was cute.
All right. So I think we're done. EUGEShow.com, chuckroy.com,
transmediancomedy.com.
Beautiful. Transmedia.
Transmedian.
Say it again.
Transmedian, like transgender comedian.
Transmedian. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
Eugene's quick on the update.
I lost that.
I believe it was hard to spell.
Yeah. I was going to ask you to spell that too.
Transmedian?
No, I got it now. I thought it was. I can picture it in my head now. All right.
No, you needed help spelling comedian.
Comedian. That was the part that threw. I thought it was transmedia. I just didn't realize. I was like, what is transmedia? But I'm old.
The kind of entertainment Jordan puts out there.
It is transmedia.
That's what I do. Spelling humor.
All right, so we're done. We're done. Thank you so much for watching the EUGE Show. And we'll see you next week. We have a show here at Ari's Tavern. It's going to be on the 21st. Chuck, you doing anything?
No.
Chuck, you doing anything?
A lot of dates in the works. I'm shooting a 1 hour special this April.
Got it. 1 hour special this April.
That's the credit du jour.
All right, so anyway, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye. And
Jordan!
Let me turn us off the mics. Bam.